We are 57 days into the offseason, and if you're missing baseball, you're in the right place. Today we're looking at the craziest Statcast plays of 2025. Have you ever seen a player get an 87-foot lead on a stolen base? Well, that's what Jose Caballero did on August 26th of this past season. Stolen bases are usually decided on bang-bang plays, but not here. An 86.9-foot lead to steal second base against Nationals' Clayton Beeter. The ball never even left his hand, and Caballero was standing at second. Oneil Cruz had the hardest hit ball of the 2025 season. Cruz had actually done this before. He had the hardest hit ball of the 2024 season at 121.5 miles per hour, and before that he topped the charts in 2022 with a 122.4 mile per hour single. So naturally in 2025, Cruz set the all-time Statcast record, crushing a 122.9 mile per hour home run off the bat. That's the hardest hit ball since Statcast started tracking this stuff back in 2015. Last year, the longest home run we saw went 480 feet, hit by Jesus Sanchez. That was the benchmark, but this season the number got blown out of the water. We saw 3 home runs travel farther than that, including 2 absolute bombs from Mike Trout measuring 484 and 485 feet. And then there was the longest one of them all. Nick Kurtz absolutely destroyed a pitch for a 493-foot grand slam, sending it clear out of Sutter Health Park in Sacramento and putting him right up there with the longest home run in the Statcast era. Mason Miller might be one of the most overpowering relievers we've seen since peak Aroldis Chapman. He proved it in the postseason when he absolutely unloaded a 104.5 mile per hour fastball to strike out Carson Kelly in the wildcard series. That pitch wasn't just the fastest of the 2025 season, it was the hardest pitch ever thrown in a playoff game since pitch tracking began back in 2008. Aroldis Chapman, Ben Joyce, and Jordan Hicks are the only pitchers to record a faster pitch. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Garrett Crochet had the slowest pitch of the 2025 season, and the slowest recorded pitch ever in the Statcast era. Not something you would expect from the AL Cy Young runner-up, but let's take a look. During a game versus the Yankees, Crochet slipped off the mound during his delivery. As he lost his footing, the ball slipped out of his hand and floated wide of the plate at just 21.7 miles per hour. Hard to believe this has never happened before. Inside the park home runs are some of the most electric plays in baseball, and the fastest one of 2025 belonged to Jarren Duran. The Red Sox speedster flew around the bases at Fenway Park in 14.71 seconds. It didn't quite top last year's fastest inside the park homer, a 14.08 second sprint by Pete Crow Armstrong, but it was still one of the quickest trips around the bases we've seen. I'll be honest, this is not something I would have guessed Statcast to keep an eye on, but nonetheless, Josh Naylor had the slowest clocked home run trot in 2025 at 37.1 seconds. He launched a walk-off grand slam against the Mariners, a team he would join later in the year, and Naylor made sure to enjoy every single step. He took his time circling the bases, and ended up taking more than 2.5 times longer to get around than Jarren Duran did on his inside-the-park home run. Corbin Carroll has basically turned triples into his signature move. The D-backs speedster led the league in triples for the 3rd straight year, finishing 2025 with a career-high 17 triples. Carroll recorded the fastest triple of the entire season against the Braves in April, part of a 2-triple game, reaching 3rd in 10.87 seconds. He also owned the 9 fastest triples of the season. Oneil Cruz returns to the list with the hardest outfield assist at 102.9 miles per hour. Not quite as hard as the 123 mile per hour home run he hit, but still pretty damn good. And Elly De La Cruz is the hardest tracked infield assist of the year, relaying a throw to nab Javi Baez at the plate. This one clocked in at 98.3 miles per hour. To round out this list, we have Denzel Clark with the best catch based on catch probability. I included Clark in an earlier video, but naturally I have to include him again here. A 5% catch rate on this nab, covering 123 feet to rob Orioles' Jorge Mateo. I love diving deeper into the advanced behind-the-scenes stats because they really highlight just how ridiculous some of these plays are, whether they're amazing or completely absurd. Let me know your favorite Statcast play of the year. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, consider subscribing. I'm Dingers and Doubles, and I'll see you in the next one.